We're all calling for the banning of these mRNA platform shots. And I think the FAA would be a really good place to start. And another thing that you and Peter McCullough have recently described in one of your publications was risk stratification for the proteins that are coming out of the COVID shot. And I think that's extremely important, especially in the airline industry. I am currently the vice president of usfreedomflyers.org. We are focused on pilot health and the reporting of medical standards so that we can keep track of what's going on here. And I believe in your publication, you mentioned that it was clear that we're seeing more of these injuries, these sudden heart attacks that are happening in younger, healthy athletes. But there's really no way to know if that person actually had the COVID shot, when they got it, which ones they were. And that's a significant problem. And this is something that needs to be looked at by the FAA. And the reason I say that is because it is clearly known now, and it's in all of the literature, that these mRNA platform shots do in fact end up causing myocarditis. And myocarditis is something that's prohibited for a pilot to get a medical certificate. If you have myocarditis, you can't fly an airplane of any size. And the reason is because you can have a sudden cardiac failure. And so, whoever the next FAA administrator is, we need to make sure they understand this, and we need to start a process whereby we can start collecting data on pilots and find out which ones got the shots, when they got them, which ones they were. And we also need to start tying this to pilot incapacitations, which seem to be on the rise. And they stopped tracking that as well. They had a database within the FAA called the Pilot Incapacitation Data Registry. And for some reason, they ended that process in the year 2022. They just stopped keeping track of incapacitations that happened in the cockpit. That's dangerous, because the only way that we're going to determine if there's erosion in safety is to look for safety signals like that. And they took that capability away. So we really need to look into that, find out why that happened, and get these safety signals reinstated. It's a safety net. We need to do that to keep aviation safe.
Yeah. We don't want our pilots having cardiac arrest, when they're flying.
No,
We don't want that. We don't want more airline accidents that have
no,
now been happening at an increased rate. We want our pilots to be healthy without clinical or subclinical myocarditis, because some of them won't even
exactly.
know they have it until they have the cardiac arrest, as shown in this paper here. And so, yeah, and it's so disturbing that they stopped tracking this information. I mean, obviously they must have found something they didn't want the public to know of, or something, and they just stopped, because that's very weird. But
Yeah,
yeah, so it seems very important. Yeah, we want the pilots to be healthy. That's definitely something that should be focused on.
yeah. And so I'm trying to get that information from the FAA in FOIA requests. I want to know, why did you end this pilot incapacitation data registry? What was your decision-making process on that? And I haven't heard back anything yet. So again, whoever this next FAA administrator is, we need to sit down and have a little chat, find out exactly what's going on here. And, I'm all for freedom of choice, but, the product's got to be safe. These products clearly are not safe. They need to be pulled off the market.
Indeed.